good, everybody? Welcome back to Boo TV. Appreciate you for stopping in. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get into the hot topic for today. So, I have avoided any Russell Westbrook Lakerish talk since I built this channel not too long ago. Because I've been a lifelong Laker fan, and I love Russell Westbrook. But I'm so over everything. I'm so over the Lakers organization. I'm over the players. I'm just over everything. Everything. So recently, it looks like Coach Ham, and Russell Westbrook talked about the possibility of moving him to the bench to run the second unit. Not as a demotion, but kind of a realignment is what he said. However you want to phrase it. If they think this is going to fix, obviously it's not going to fix all their problems because the Lakers have a lot of problems. And Russell Westbrook probably isn't even their largest problem. They have a lot of holes in this team. All right? A lot of holes. But Russell Westbrook has been the ultimate scapegoat for everything. Now, let me say this. What good is putting Westbrook? He's going to come off the bench halfway through the first quarter or to run with the second unit. The big problem is him and LeBron James really cannot occupy the same space at the same time. Russell Westbrook is a ball-dominant guard. Russell Westbrook can work magic when you put him in a position to succeed. Russell Westbrook is not Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, you can place in any system, any team, and Kevin Durant can flourish. Russell Westbrook is a unique player, but he does not have a skill set like that. Russell Westbrook needs the ball. You need to surround Russell Westbrook with shooters. Russell Westbrook needs a pick and roll player. A big man that can run the pick and roll and slash. And cut. And dip. And dive to the basket. You have to surround Russell to get the best out of Russell. The Lakers do not have the shooting. And they have a young big man that can, be used like Steven Adams was. When Russ and Steven Adams in OKC, dangerous. It was dangerous, almost a guaranteed bucket. With Adams being the recipient of the Russell pass. But the Lakers aren't going to utilize that. They're not going to utilize that athleticism. And Anthony Davis, we know Anthony Davis don't like cutting to the basket and mixing it up in the paint like that. He doesn't like that. A Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis pick and roll could be extremely dangerous. But they don't ever utilize it that much. Now, LeBron James is a ball-dominant point forward. LeBron James needs the ball in his hand to be effective. Neither Russ nor LeBron James are great off the ball. They may set some screens here and there, but generally both Russ and both LeBron are usually standing, waiting around when the ball is not in their hands. Occasionally, they set some off-ball screens, but it's not normal. It's not. So if Russ is going to come off the bench, he's not going to get very much time to run the offense with the next unit because LeBron is going to be back on the floor eventually. Now, whether they take Russ out or have their minutes overlap a little bit, there will be some overlapping of minutes. So when you think about it, the amount of time that Russ is really going to get without LeBron James on the floor isn't that much, because LeBron is going to play 30-something minutes a game. Let's just be honest here. Let's just be honest here. If Russ comes in at the 6-minute mark, LeBron might leave at the 4-minute mark, maybe 3. Might come back in for the final minute or two. Russ starts the second quarter. LeBron James will be back in the second quarter in a couple minutes if he doesn't start the second quarter. I'm not completely sure how Ham is doing his rotations. They'll probably change up a lot as he figures out the team. But I'm just saying, the amount of time he's going to have, people acting like he's going to have a whole lot of time with this second unit without Brown being on the floor. That's not the reality of the situation. And the minute Brown gets back on the floor, Russ is going to be out there looking lost again. You can't. I don't know what the Lakers were thinking. I'm going back to last year now. I'm mad at everybody. Lifelong Laker fan. I'm mad at everybody. I'm mad at LeBron James and Anthony Davis because the Lakers were going to go for Buddy Hield, which would have been a much better fit. But LeBron and AD said go with Russell Westbrook. LeBron James, you are one of the smartest players to ever play this league. I don't know nearly as much basketball as you, LeBron. But if somebody would have told me that the Lakers were going to bring on Russell Westbrook and LeBron James is already on the team, I would say, are you fucking crazy? On what planet do you think this is going to work? This isn't rocket science to me. I don't know why LeBron and Anthony Davis thought that on what planet did you think that you could take Russell Westbrook, you have him as a third option, and try to relegate him to being a spot-up shooter and playing off the ball. If you've watched Russell Westbrook play his entire career, you know that it's not his strength. And people just aren't going to develop a crisp jump shot overnight. Bro, like, what are we talking about? He could get in the gym and practice all day, but he still is not going to be a consistent shooter. That's more or less never been his game for the most of his career. Like, on what planet did you think this would work? We all know who Russell Westbrook is. Russell Westbrook is a guy you want on your team if you need to bring a group of players that probably don't have much going for him. Russell Westbrook can take that team, put them on their back, and get you into the playoffs. You'll probably lose the first or second round. But he could get your team into the playoffs if you just put some shooters around him and a big guy that can catch the ball and finish in the paint. He can get you to the playoffs. Might go out the first or second round, but he can get you in the playoffs. That's who Russell Westbrook is. That's what he can do for your team. Bringing Russell Westbrook to the Lakers, you're not getting Russell Westbrook anymore. Because that's what you're trying to turn him into is not who he is. So now you're paying this man all this money to set the occasional screen and try to turn him into a spot-up shooter, and he's not a shooter at all? And standing around just waiting for the ball? What do you could get somebody on a minimum contract to do that. You can get someone on a minimum contract that can actually shoot and run around without the ball and wait for LeBron to pass it to him, instead of paying all this man all that money and you're not even tapping into his potential. I don't understand. Like, to me, it's not rocket science. Why did you think this would work? So when the news came through that Russ, and I love Russ, I'm a Russ fan, I said, who thought this was a good idea? And then I was mad at Russ. I was mad at Russell Westbrook for, I don't know what he was feeding into. I don't know what LeBron and Anthony Davis told him. I know they was all like, oh, hey, Russ, just got to let you know you're going to have to sacrifice. Anthony Davis going to sacrifice. And Russ, I'm going to sacrifice too. Shut the hell up, LeBron. You always say that shit, but you about to sacrifice and tell that to people, and you know damn well you ain't sacrificing nothing like that. You're going to make sure you get yours, Bron. No, I'm not saying you shouldn't. You're the best player on the team. But just shut that shit up, man. Sacrifice my ass. You know damn well you ain't sacrificing. So, and I was mad at Russ. Let me get back to the point. I was mad at Russ because I was like, bro, this is a bad move for you, Westbrook. This is a bad move for your career. This is not gonna work, and they are going to blame you. They are, no matter what. No matter if you have a good game, they're not gonna talk about it. But the minute you mess up or have something bad, they will throw you under the bus. The people, the media. And they will tarnish your reputation, and they will tarnish your value. Because you are not going to be who you are on that team, and you do not have the skill set to contribute in the way that they want you to contribute. Russ, you have to be the guy, the first or second option. You cannot occupy the same space with the point guard or somebody playing the point that needs the ball just as much as you and is better than you. It'd be one thing if Russ was better, then it wouldn't be no debate who's facilitating most of the time, but he's not better than LeBron James. So this is not good for you, Russ, at all. You worked out well with Paul George. Paul George isn't LeBron James. Paul George is great at scoring, defending, but Paul George doesn't have to facilitate, even though he can. He flourished. You two flourish with each other. Same thing. Russ and Bradley Beal, they got along great. Russ did the orchestrating. Russ did the facilitating. Bradley Beal does what he do best: score. Even with James Harden, they split point guard a little bit, but James Harden was definitely more scorer. And D'Antoni, being the offensive genius that he is, figured it out and found a way to have Russell Westbrook flourish. Despite their differences, Russ and Kevin Durant flourished together. But putting him with LeBron James Russ, why did you? I was so mad. I was like, dude, they are going to thrash you and they're going to throw you under the bus. They're going to start saying you suck. They're going to start saying your skills have completely declined. You're a bench player. Send him to the bench. Get him off the team. Russell Westbrook has always been the same. Has always been the same. Don't act like this is something new. Oh, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Like the dude, Russ literally just came off the season with the Wizards, put that team on his back, stormed into the playoffs. Because that team had a losing record, and Russ went nuts. Him and Bill, more so Russ. Russ catapulted him into the playoffs. So you're telling me from that season where he was balling and kicked up all the way that second half of the season, you're telling me he just got that bad over time? No. It's the situation you're in. Some players sometimes are just in bad situations, and they're not going to be able to flourish like they could elsewhere. Look at DeMar DeRozan when he went over to the Spurs. People thought DeRozan was down and out. They thought it was over. Playing in Pop's system doesn't allow him to be the dominant player that he can be or be his max potential. But the minute he got over to the Bulls, DeMar started lighting up again because he wasn't being held back by Pop. It's all about the situation. And I just want Russ off the team. I want Russ off the team because we know LeBron ain't going nowhere. Get Russ off the team. Russ will be happier. Russ will go back to being Russell Westbrook. He won't look as bad anymore. Lakers will clear up cap space and put somebody in a position that can really flourish with LeBron James and Anthony Davis that doesn't require the ball, and LeBron can facilitate. No problem. And to me, it would make more sense to have Russell Westbrook do most of the facilitating so Russ can get back to being Russ and comfortable, and LeBron James, being that he's actually a better shooter than Russell Westbrook and has a better skill set than Russell Westbrook and can do more things off the ball than Russell Westbrook, it would make more sense to have LeBron James come off the ball much more. Run some more sets between Russ and LeBron. Run some more sets with Russ and Anthony Davis. But it would make more sense that LeBron would be the guy that would get more spot up jump shots than having Russ do that, because LeBron's a better shooter. He can still, obviously, he's still going to have some point guard duties. But if you're going to keep the man on a team and not trade him, really find a way to capitalize on his talents, is all I'm saying. Or get him off the team, man. I'm tired of this, bro. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of hearing about it. I don't want to hear about it no more. Don't want to hear about him more. Trade his ass. Let him finish his career. Let him remind people that, hey, I'm a triple-double machine. I'm an engine. I might not win a championship, but I can carry a team into the playoffs, and I'll roll the dice on what happens after that. Let him get back to doing that. But this is not going to work no matter how much you try to make it work. Because him and LeBron is still going to have overlapping minutes, even if with this off-the-bench experimentation. Russell Westbrook still has a lot in the tank. And if you start giving him bench player minutes, you're really going to have a problem on your hand. Because he does have a lot in his tank, a lot more left in his tank, and he knows that. And he knows that. I do not think he's just fell off the map and his skills have diminished and he's just trash. I do not think that. It's about the situation you're in. He's not a good fit with this team. Trade him. Send him somewhere where he can get back to being the alpha dog, the number one option, and get some younger players on his goddamn team. Get some players that know how to play defense. Get some consistent shooters on this team. And the hell with it. Get rid of Anthony Davis, too. Tired of his ass. He out here shooting 100 threes a game, shooting less than 20% from three-point range last season. Anthony Davis was horrible, but he just seems to skate free while Russell Westbrook takes all the cannon fire. Anthony Davis just like doing the Homer Simpson meme, just fading into the bushes while Russ is taking shots all season. So this Lakers franchise is an absolute mess. Absolute mess. Should have never traded for Russ in the first place. Russ, you should have never showed interest in that team if you knew what was good for you. Why did you think this would work, Russell Westbrook? Did you think you would have the same responsibilities that you had in OKC and Houston and Washington? Did you think you would have those? What did you think was going to happen playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis? It'd be one thing maybe if you were the second option, but you are the third option on this team. What did you think was going to happen? What did anybody think was going to happen? It was a recipe for disaster the minute the trade happened, and I was not happy. And this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite players in Russell Westbrook. I love West. I love Russ. I love his tenacity. I love his anger. I love his grit. So you get one of my favorite players on my favorite team, and I'm not happy. Anybody would be happy about that. Anybody would be ecstatic about that. I said no. This is a bad idea. This is not going to work. This is a horrible roster, and Russell Westbrook and LeBron James cannot coexist whatsoever. This is not good. Sure enough. No, that's why I was like, I'm just tired. I don't even want to talk about it no more. It's a headache watching the Lakers play. It's an absolute headache watching them play. I literally just want to I literally just want to call Wile E. Coyote with one of his Acme boxes and just tell him do his best number on me. It is painful watching this team now. And sending him to the bench, experimental, but I don't think that's not going to solve anything. It's not. It's not. This is I don't see this getting any better. If anything, it's only going to get uglier. That's my opinion, and I pray to God that I'm absolutely wrong, and everything I'm saying is absolutely wrong. I really hope I am, but I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. Trade him, and everybody's happier. Russ is happier. I'm happier. The organization is happier. LeBron's happier. Everybody's happier. Get him on it. Get him off, because we know LeBron ain't going nowhere. Nor should he. He's the better player. But get him out of here. Stop wasting time. They're out here worrying about some damn draft picks. For what? What are you going to do with those draft picks? People hold on to these draft picks forever and don't even end up drafting the right player half the time, or the player that they're looking for. Or these picks don't even amount to anything. Get rid of the goddamn picks. Jeannie Buss, what are you doing, man? All y'all, Buss, Pelinka, what the hell are y'all doing, man? Sad, bro. Really, really, really sad. It's an organization, man. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about the whole Russell Westbrook getting benched situation. Are you a Lakers fan? Do you agree or I don't know. I can't even talk anymore. I got a headache because of this whole situation. I got a headache, bro. I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.